So recently, the MLB hot stove has started to heat up over the last week or so. We have seen J.J. LeMahieu and George Springer sign, but there are two top-tier free agents left, and those are JT Realmuto and Trevor Bauer. In this video, we are going to talk about Trevor Bauer. And the New York Mets and Los Angeles Angels are the favorites to land Bauer as of right now, according to MLB.com. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. But before we get into this video, 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like. And let's go ahead and get into this video. And yeah. So, first we're going to talk about the New York Mets. So, Bauer, in a recent YouTube video, he talked about his top priorities in free agency for him. He said one main thing he wanted to do is pitch every fourth day, which he's wanted to do his whole career. The New York Mets missed out on signing George Springer, and they have probably enough money to sign Bauer without going over the luxury tax. If they could possibly do that, that would be great for them, but you probably realistically see them going over the luxury tax getting Bauer. If the Mets are able to sign Bauer, then he will probably not pitch every fourth day. With Carrasco, Syndergaard, DeGrom, Stroman all in that rotation, this would be one of the best rotations, if not the best in baseball, with or without signing Bauer. Is another starting pitcher the biggest need for the New York Mets? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so. They should try to get an outfielder and a relief pitcher. Obviously, if you are a New York Mets fan, you would love to have Bauer on your team, but it's really not your biggest need that you have to have because you've got four great starters there right now. Not to mention the fact that you have Joey Lucchesi, Steven Matz there. Yeah, and we saw a report like 2 weeks ago that Bauer was wanting a crazy $40 million per year contract, and that's crazy. And will not happen. That's how negotiations work in Major League Baseball, though. The 2020 NL Cy Young is a very good pitcher who won the Cy Young in a weird season without playing the best competition. I mean, you look at the Reds, they have to play the Pirates, bad team. Cubs, who really couldn't hit that well in 2020. There's a possibility he does go to the Mets, but I do not think it is best fit. I think his best fits with the Los Angeles Angels. In my original free agent predictions, I predicted Bauer to sign with the Padres, which I mean, I was right about the Padres addressing their starting pitching because they've traded for Snell, Darvish, Musgrove, and continue to sign players even till today, signing Jerks and Profar. And the Mets are a possibility. I don't necessarily see it happening. I see more of them signing like a Jackie Bradley Jr. and a Brad Hand, and that's kind of how they spend the rest of their money because Jackie Bradley Jr., I don't really know how much he's going to cost, but I'm thinking probably $10 to $12 million per year, if not more, and maybe even as high as 15. So that's going to cost you quite a bit. Brad Hand's probably going to cost you $5 to $10 million per year, which is probably going to even up to, I'm pretty sure they have about $24 million in cap space without going over the luxury tax. Now let's go on to the LA Angels, a team that has not had pitching over the years since the Mike Trout years in LA. They have not had very good pitching. Their best pitcher of the last few years is Jared Weaver, which really is an average pitcher. They were rumored to sign Cole last offseason, but that did not happen. Obviously, they signed Anthony Rendon, so that's not too big of an L there. And I really think the Angels will sign Bauer. If they do not, they must just have some theory that pitching does not win championships. I do not know. But they must sign Bauer this offseason. I would not be surprised to see a team like the Blue Jays, Giants, or Dodgers sneak in and possibly sign Bauer. And I will talk about that briefly in a minute. But it is a very big market, and you have great hitting. Unlike he had with the Reds, he pitched great, but most of his losses came when his team could not hit. And he even saw that in the playoffs versus the Braves in Game 1. His team couldn't hit. They didn't score a run. The Angels have great pitching that will score runs with Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon, Ohtani, and many more. The Angels can not just potentially make this move and be done for the offseason, even though Bauer is a Cy Young caliber potential pitcher, but he cannot pitch every day. They did recently sign left-handed pitcher Jose Quintana, which it will be a good move for them. If they could sign Bauer, though, they should trade for Sonny Gray, who would be a very good number 2 option, who was also with the Cincinnati Reds in 2020. The Angels are the best fit for Bauer because he will get to pitch that every fourth day like he wants. And, yeah. And I do predict him to go there. My prediction as of right now is the Los Angeles Angels. I think his contract is going to be around $20 to $30 million per year. I don't really think he's going to get in that Jacob deGrom high contract, but I see Bauer getting a 5-year, $125 million deal, $25 million per year. This is a good contract for both sides, and I think this would be a pretty good contract for not only Bauer, but, I mean, the Angels. They don't have any hard time committing to these big contracts for long, extended years. We saw they did it with Anthony Rendon. They did it with Mike Trout. They're not scared of doing that. And, yeah. Now let's go ahead and talk about some other teams like the Blue Jays, Giants, Dodgers. The least likely out of those, I think, has to be the Giants. The Giants here just aren't likely. Yes, it's a hitting ballpark, and yes, you get your 2020 catcher behind the plate too, and Kirk Casale if you're Bauer, but really San Francisco, not a very good team, and these other teams are significantly better. Next team is the LA Dodgers. Now, they would have to pay the luxury tax for one upcoming year, and maybe they don't want to do that, but Bauer would be a very good fit on this team because you would have Bauer, Buehler, Kershaw. He wouldn't even be the number one or necessarily the number two in this rotation, which might be very good for him. Price as your number 4, and May, Gonsolin, whoever as your number 5. I think this could happen, but I see them more like signing Justin Turner and maybe a relief pitching arm. I think that could happen, or maybe not. I don't know. But it's potentially. But there was a report that came out that it would be a long shot, I'm pretty sure is what it said, that it would be a long shot for Bauer to sign with the Dodgers. Yeah, it's considered a long shot, according to DodgerBlue.com. So, yeah, the most likely team out of these has to be the Toronto Blue Jays, which is a very interesting team because we already know they signed George Springer. They signed Kirby Yates. They almost signed Michael Brantley, which I see a lot of people just saying that was actually a beneficial move for them because they have a stacked outfield and who's going to play. It's just so many outfielders. So, Blue Jays are definitely an option here. They've got, their whole infield's on rookie contracts. So, the Blue Jays are definitely an option here, and I could see them possibly sneaking in and signing a Trevor Bauer. And I think it'd be a very good move. I mean, a Real Muto is another option that they could go with, but I think Bauer, Ryu, Pearson in that rotation, that would be a very, very good rotation. And the Blue Jays are kind of the sneaky team, I think, to possibly sign Bauer. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. It looks like the Mets or Angels are the teams that are one of those two teams are going to sign Bauer as of right now. And, yeah, so that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on this video. And, yeah, thank you for watching, and peace.